definitely think it's important to have an emergency fund. And so what I usually do is like every time I have my paycheck, I have one for my savings, and then I have like a separate emergency fund like where I put like extra money. And so I'm not gonna lie though, back then maybe between the ages of like 18 and 25, or no, not 18, not 25, but maybe like 23, I wasn't saving money. So like whatever I was making like from work and from paycheck, I would just blow up that money. But then like since my mom works in financial services, she taught me how to like save money, and also like coming from like a family of like Filipinos like immigrating, and so it's definitely important to have an emergency fund, because like I said, you don't know what can happen to you or a loved one. So yeah.
And I know you said that your mom works in, you said, investment.
Say it again.
You said that your mother works in investment.
Yeah, like financial services, like insurance and life insurance, and so she does like for example like people who like for example like parents who have like not parents, but if there's kids and their parents need like what's the term, like just life insurance for like, so life insurance for just in case if they pass on and then they need money to leave like for their kids, even just, and also like final expense and all that stuff, which we don't have to talk about right now obviously, but she deals with all sorts of that. So she's like a financial advisor, and from her, like her form of like network marketing, I learned so much just from that too, and how it's important to like save. So it's an interesting platform, but I didn't get involved myself.
Okay, and saving money is important. That's one of the other ways that you want to make sure that your money works for you. Saving as well as investing your money. So do you have investment or saving tips or tips that you could give anyone, or that suggestions that you would give someone else that maybe worked for you in the past?
Like, so one, of course, save. Like, if you can't afford, like I have a life insurance policy just in case, like, if I pass on and I need to leave money for my family, just in case, like, I'm obviously not married, but if that was the case, like, if I were to die, like, my family has money. So I have a life insurance policy, and I really recommend that for, like, somebody who, like, plans on having a family or something. So, like, the worst can happen, but I wouldn't want that to happen, but that's important. And then as far as, like, having, like you said, an emergency fund is important. Like, save whatever you can. It doesn't mean, like, save your whole paycheck, like, if you have bills to pay, but at least put some money away, and as that money grows, you can invest in that. And so, like, the main point of like, even younger people, I always, like, say, like, it's important to save, because I wish I was 18 and I knew being, like, how beneficial it is to save money. And so, yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to, if I can, I don't know, do we have enough time? I wanted to tell a short story of something that happened to me. So last year, I think I told part of this story one time. I got in a major car accident and I totaled my car, and I had about between $3,000 and $4,000 saved as an emergency fund, and I was unable to work until I was able to purchase another car. I went without work for maybe almost 2 months, I would say, and I used every last penny of that money. I mean, there was, by the time I got a car, by the time I found a vehicle, there was nothing left over from that money. So I can't stress just how important it is to have an emergency fund.
Yeah, and I agree. It definitely is important. Now, when you had the emergency, did you save enough money to cover it?
Luckily, at the time, the car that I crashed was completely paid off, and so the money that I received from it was enough to put a down payment on another car, and I ended up buying buying a vehicle just solely for work so that wouldn't happen again. Yeah, so, I mean, everything turned out all right in the end, but if I hadn't had that money saved up to begin with, it would have been all bad. I mean, it was all bad to begin with. It would have been worse.
Right. You definitely would have been in a worse predicament if you didn't have that emergency money set aside. And thank you for sharing that story as well. Thank you. And Tawanda, thank you. And Tawanda, and also the same question to you, in regards to, do you have any tips for saving or investment?
You said what now?
And I'm sorry. And I'll circle back around. I still have enough time to ask you, Kay, the same question in regards to any tips that you have in regards to saving, the best ways to save, or the best ways to invest money.
You know what? I'm a work in progress when it comes to that. I know with the financial advisor, an accountant that I have, a few years ago, he did, maybe like 10 years ago, when I first started working with this guy from my church, he did this analysis. and that's what a lot of them do to kind of see like where you are, if you are a risk taker, if you're not, et cetera, et cetera. And he said, okay, I'm going to have to find something really good for you because you're not a risk taker. Because a lot of times there's like with the financial advisors and investments, there's a lot of different things you can put your money into, and you can accrue interest when things are good. But sometimes when things are not good, you can lose. And I'm like, I don't want to lose anything. So what I have is CDs and things through my bank, which is what I actually use now. I would like to get into doing a little more with investing. However, I am a work in progress when it comes to that.
Okay. And thank you for sharing that as well. And I know that there is several different types of places and different ways that people invest their money, and that's like a whole nother episode that we could get into just with that alone. And do you girls have anything that you want to share, any announcements or anything that you wanted to share in regards to the topic?
This is Tawanda. I really just wanted to say that I was about to send you this text. I enjoy this topic tonight, and really more so because I think that people don't like to talk about money too much, but we're just really in a time where we can all share and gain resources so we can all be better. It's things I know I heard Kay kind of mention, like, oh, wow, that sounds really, really interesting. So I just want to say thank you for this topic. Thank you for the discussion, and I'm looking forward to more discussions about money matters and how we can share information and resources so we can win and we can help others do the same. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anything else you other girls would like to add?
No. You did a good job, Corinne. I enjoyed the topic as well.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you all. And is there anything you want to add on, Kay?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. And I thank everyone that called in as well. So, again, we are with the Real Girlfriends Across America, and we appreciate your phone call. You can call us every night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time or 6:30 Pacific Standard Time at 516-387-1748. You can follow us on Instagram at Real Girlfriends 7. We're on Facebook at Real Girlfriends Across America. And we're also on Twitter at Real Girlfriends 7. And you can also look us up on Pinterest and YouTube. And definitely contact us with any questions. You can send us a DM. We appreciate your tuning in, and have a good night, and thank you for listening.
Have a good night. Thank you, too. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.